Yeah, we'll start with Clearlamp Trill. I think that's a good place. So this is loser side. As a fair warning, I'm no expert in UNIST, but I like watching matches like this to learn how people approach matchups. Clearlamp is so fucking good, by the way. It's crazy. It's a really good match. It's a very close match. We watched Trill when we were learning Chaos, right? So he was somebody that I'm familiar with as well. And these are the two characters that I've been learning in this game. And they're both really interesting characters, and I think they're both really strong in reasons that I enjoy about the game. So what I'm really impressed by is Clearlamp's ability to deal with Ozzy. And Ozzy is the dinosaur you see back here, the dog that he can summon. Round start, light dog call, whiff 2A. And then you just have to respect it. You see the shield from Clearlamp. The thing is that you can think about the dog kind of like a Rekka, sort of, where you can chain his commands into each other. So when Clearlamp blocks the opening like gambit, he has to, you see him shield after, Scooby, yeah. You see him shield after because the thought is, oh, he's going to do the second follow-up, so I should shield so that I can build grid. And he doesn't go for it. So what I love about Clearlamp is whiff on 2C, he just runs up and grabs him. And anytime you hit this character, he loses Ozzy, which is great. His defensive options without Ozzy are not nearly as strong. But, you know, he can still get the job done, just like Nimbus got the job done with the sub. Thanks very much. Good defense here. Blocks the assault. Jump back air shield. I wonder what he was looking for. And then he does Ozzy summon in the air. This is one thing about Chaos that's extremely useful, is that he can jump forward or jump backwards and still summon Ozzy. So there are times where he'll jump above your head and you think to yourself, oh, he's going to go over me. So I'm going to, oh yeah, you're right. It was jump back shield throw OS. He was thinking to himself, oh, he's going to go over me. So, you know, I'll hit a button or do something. But the thing is, if you're Clearlamp here, you have to respect Ozzy off of jump back. You have to. And like we said, you can cancel into other moves off of this, sort of like a Rekka. So that's why he's thinking like, oh, maybe I should be careful. Maybe I should stop playing B Stepster for dropping the 9 months in a row. Thanks very much. Run up, throw, no break. Getting thrown by this character is very, very scary. Dash block on wake up. Very common. Throw again. CS in the air. One thing about, or CS while he's in the air. One thing about Chaos is that his anti-airs are not super great. His best anti-air is the medium slash of Ozzy, but Ozzy has to be in the right position. So one thing you'll notice about Clearlamp is he runs forward a lot and gets himself between these two characters. It's like I'm between Analysis and thanking Timberdoodle for the 3 months in a row. One thing you see about him is that he wants to put himself between Ozzy and Chaos, which in a lot of matchups where characters have summons, you don't always want to sandwich yourself. And it's not always the best idea in a matchup like this. But when it comes to approaching out of the air, when you jump like this, if Ozzy wants to do his medium Rekka thing, it hits about that angle. Or if it went backwards, it'd be that angle. And that's when jumping is a good idea. He chain shifts, reacting to Clearlamp, run forward, and then he had already done he did 6C chain shift, which is one of the things you can do on the whiff. Like Byakuya can do his dash C and then chain shift, and it works on hit or whiff, which is really good. As good as Aki Heart, dropping the 2 months. Thanks very much. So he shields the jump in and then does 2A after. When you shield an attack, obviously it has less block stun, so it can make it either unsafe or negative, depending on the situation. Clean assault, jump 2C. Extension off Ozzy. This hurts, dude. This fucking dinosaur does a shit ton of damage. And the nice thing about it, it's one of the few things in the game that as he's doing a combo with Ozzy, he's just doing special moves with the dinosaur. Think about it like a Rekka. And at the end of it, he does Fireball, Tail Smash, and then he does 236C, which is the super. And during the C, you whiff your A because you can reverse beat off of the dinosaur, which means you can do your own normals off of the dinosaur's special moves. He's like an extension of the character, which is really cool. And he can concentrate. You see that? So he can build up his grid gauge at the end of this combo. See that? So just watch this again. At the end of the combo, he gets to just build up grid gauge while the dinosaur is doing all the hard work. So that way he can try to guarantee himself situations like that where he'll win grid. I love the CS there, knowing like he's got a pretty sizable lead. It'll build him some bar. It's really cool. Reverse speed is when you... So in a lot of fighting games, if you play Dragon Ball, Guilty Gear, a lot of anime games, you can chain moves together. And the common chain would be like light, medium, heavy. You see that pretty often. Sure, I'll rewind, right? You see that pretty often, right? But reverse beat is when you can change from a heavy attack backwards or a medium attack backwards. The Fireball CS. Yeah, he might have done it. That's a really fast summon that's very good. My YouTube VOD is a little messy. Throw tech. And yeah, he did Fireball CS. Yeah, you're right. Fireball CS is great. There's a lot of things about this guy about Chaos that's really, really good. Yes, yeah, Ryan, that's correct. Someone was talking to me about that when I was playing Chaos. The thing about Chaos is that he has really, really good chain shift options off of Ozzy. Like 228 chain shift defensively is really good because it comes out super fast. Like Fireball is really, really strong. He has like, because Ozzy is disjointed like that, he's like a separate thing on the screen. His options into chain shift are super good. He has so many that are really, really powerful. And people are very crafty with it. 6C combo. That shield is very powerful. It's projectile reflect. That was an error. I think he wanted 236A and he got the DP moving forward. First big hit for Clearlamp in this set so far. And this is the biggest strength of Byakuya. Corner carry, setup, he gets triple web. And then you got to guess after. Force functions and overhead. When you have chain shift available, I think trying to go to force function is very, very common and very good because you can keep yourself safe after CS and then keep pressure. Force function is an overhead. So it's a pretty safe check with the overhead that'll kind of hit them into the web and you can combo after. It's very, very good. Runs up, partial charged 3C. That 3C is an overhead if you charge it all the way. And that's the end of the pressure. Once you break the throw, the pressure's gone. And your defense against Byakuya is very important because if you get thrown here, then he throws you back onto the web that was right here, and he gets a full combo, and it does a shit ton of damage. Chain shift is activating this little meter down here when you have already won it, the grid gauge. So think about it if you play Guilty Gear like a YRC, like a screen freeze that you can cancel moves from. That also builds you meter based on how much you're winning the grid gauge by. So watch this little meter down here. It's probably one of the most important things to watch out when you're playing UNIST. You constantly want to try to win this gauge because being able to do a free screen freeze that builds you meter and sees what's happening in a situation is very, very good. And the way this meter works is you build these little blocks, and whoever's got the most blocks when this timer goes all the way around to a full circle wins Vorpal. And then it allows you to do a chain shift. And these little blocks also let you do other moves. Like that force function I mentioned, that costs a little block of grid to do as well. What other option does he have besides throw? Well, if he runs up and does assault, like a jump or like a stagger, and he beats your throw, he just does a full combo. That is very good. You'll see another force function here. Cost gauge. So he does 2C, Ozzy summon. Then he does 2-2A, which makes him, or 2-2B, excuse me, which makes him disappear behind Clearlamp. Force function, it costs one of his little grids down here. And then it goes to the other side, cross up. And then, as we mentioned, he can end the combo and do this. This is a very, very strong position to be because the end of this combo, he wins Vorpal. You can see it down here. He wins this, which means he has offensive situation and a chain shift, which is really powerful. It lets you set up like super, super potent mix-ups. Like post-throw, your opponent is plus if they tech a throw. But because you have chain shift as an option, he delays the chain shift, sees that he went for the jump assault. Now he can counter it, right? He already did Fireball, it looked like with Ozzy. But he can counter it by shielding there, which is what he wanted to do, and he ended up getting the confirm off of it anyway. So there's like two ideas that he tried here. His delay here was he did Fireball CS. You can see the startup of the Fireball with Ozzy. So he's able to cancel the startup of the Fireball, the recovery frames. Ozzy comes out and does the Fireball anyway. He was shielding because he wanted to shield the assault and punish it. If you shield an assault move, they are very negative, like -10. And then he gets the combo off it. He doesn't get the full confirm, but it was a really good idea. Gets clipped, missed the combo, and he gets a check on the way down. He had whiffed his air normal. One thing to talk about here is, again, notice how Clearlamp runs forward between him and Ozzy. Ozzy is not very fast once he's past you. You have to hold down a button to make him go quick. So getting between yourself and Chaos is sometimes okay, actually, just because you want to try to get up in his face and smother him. I love that chain shift. Backdash is the throw. Nice. That was almost a really sick confirm. Getting grid broken really sucks there. Byakuya has CS, which means he can just mash chain shift when he gets near him and then go for it. Nice. Force function is different for every character. It's just like, think about it like a special move that you get to do with your character that costs some of that Vorpal gauge. But all of them are different. Byakuya's is that overhead that you see him doing. And Chaos is the roll. The roll you see very often confirming off 6C, which is the big shield he puts up. It's projectile. It reflects projectiles. It's a very good move. So when we talk about Ozzy kind of being like a Rekka, I'll show you what I mean. So this is quarter circle forward A. So that's like the first one. Then he does concentrate. So he's building some meter. And then that makes Byakuya want to dash forward. So that's the medium follow-up on the Rekka. Then this is quarter circle back. And then this is DP. So he has 3 different special moves he can do with Ozzy, and all of them can be chained into each other. So you can do like quarter circle forward, quarter circle back, DP. Like you can chain them all together. And that allows Ozzy to do different things like block strings or give you pressure or, you know, knock your opponent back and scare them. And then if you read your opponent's going to run forward, he does 6C, which is the big force field thing that he puts out like this. So that's Chaos's basic game plan. Push him back with Ozzy, put block stun, build grid gauge. This is when the game gets very intense, when grid is almost being built. It's a very tense like back and forth between like, do I charge to try to build gauge, which if you're charging, your opponent can run across the screen and run up to you. Or do I commit to doing attacks with Ozzy? If he shields the attacks, he will build extra grid, and I might give away Vorpal. So then he lets him shield. Then he's over there shielding, and then he starts concentrating to be like, okay, well, let me get a bunch of, you know, gauge so I can steal it back. Then Byakuya is going to see that he's shielding. He's like, oh, shit, I got to run forward and stop him. Then the dinosaur is there to stop that. Yeah, I think he did, Ryan. And I think he did a good job of mixing between, like, switching up between, oh, I want to, like, attack you to try to make you not do anything. Oh, I want to just charge and concentrate. He did a really good job of mixing between the two and not letting Clearlamp get like the obvious, like, oh, let me shield Ozzy the whole time. He almost wins it, and then he builds a bunch of gauge after. 2-2-A, nice. You get the combo off of that if you win that throw. Oh, damn, he shielded right when he went for the throw, which meant he couldn't break it. Yeah, you can hit Ozzy when he's attacking or recovering. This little indicator up here lets you know when that is. But you have to hit him with medium or heavy attacks is what the way to think about it if you don't know much about the game. You can't just do a light attack and hit him. I can't believe he recovered off that 2A in time, actually. Nice roll. That's the force function to get out of the corner. Byakuya's corner carry is very strong. Nice confirm that he did the 2B instead because he had already used the other move earlier. Nice. Stand tech. This is a clean confirm from Clearlamp. Bing. Yep. Had to alter the setup a little bit because he already had ground web, throw break. Perfectly done. This is what I meant about CS being a very powerful tool. So Clearlamp wins. He has Vorpal here, which means that after this setup's over, the throw is kind of obvious actually, because if he breaks the throw, post-throw, Chaos is very plus. However, he can just reversal chain shift. And during this, there's a freeze frame, and you can just be like, oh, you're doing an attack? Well, I'll just do my invincible super. And I mentioned earlier that the amount of gauge you have, the amount of little blocks down here, helps you build meter when you do it. So Byakuya is actually really, really nice in the fact that his super takes a long time. See how long the super is? And during that super, he actually got to build back 40 meter. See that? So if we watch this again, I'll just go back 10 seconds and you can rewatch it. Notice that he runs up here and he does a throw after all this Oki is over. He breaks the throw, CS, and then he gets to do the super and build up, 40 meter back. That's not bad. Spending 100 meter and then building 40 meter back, that's a pretty nice reward after a throw tech situation. Wow, jump 2C at the start of the round. That move is pretty good, man. It reminds me of Sin's jump H. Throw, and Byakuya is a very interesting throw. He can actually choose which side he wants to go on. That's a big drop. He can choose which side he wants to go on. This is a side switch with Ozzy. Ozzy's a good boy, you know that? He does jump 2H, and then he does the quarter circle forward L, M, AB, I guess, and then the DP to the other side to bring him back to the corner. If you hold the button on the B, 236B for Ozzy, then he goes to the other side, and then you can smack him back to the corner and still get a combo. You see that? That's pretty cool, right? Side switch combo with the dog. 6C. That was a cool combo in there. I love that option from Trill. That's really good, I think. Drops him right in front of him, and then he just goes for concentrate. As soon as he lands, he chain shifts. He just does jump back, because last time I think he went for dash forward throw or throw attempt. He does jump back 236C, which is Ozzy's super. You can combo off this. Up back into Ozzy is very powerful. We talked about this a few times already. He caught the backdash, and he's just going to run up and combo off of it. See that? He missed the neutral jump, but yeah, I mean, that is very good. Is one of the, probably maybe the strongest thing that he has. Try to hit a button on the 2-2A from Ozzy. Ozzy is always there for you when you need it. He's your boy. Spikes him down. 2-2A again. Yeah, there was a lot of time to see that. Whoa. Jump back Ozzy, baby. Jump back Ozzy is very good. You know, it's very good. Nice, he sniped Ozzy. Great, that was awesome from Clearlamp. And the first time we saw that, I mentioned earlier, this little indicator tells you when Ozzy can be hit. And right here, after the DP is over, he does 2B to clip Ozzy, and then he runs up, lets him whiff, dash B. Really good, one of Byaku's best moves. Oh, missed the combo. He gets a reset. It all worked out. That was me right there. That's what it looks like when I play Byakuya. Miss a combo, mash 5A. That's really bad. Ground shielding and assault is really, really bad. He loses his grid gauge. You can see it's broken down here. And he has Vorpal Cycle now. This is very bad. He can do whatever he wants. Who cares that he breaks the throw? Chain shift. He still has corner position. Gets the stagger offense. Ozzy's out. He tried to back throw, I think, onto Ozzy to get the combo. Nice! Up back Ozzy is so good. Look at this. Jump back out of the way and just have your dog do all the heavy lifting. It didn't quite combo. And yeah, Byakuya's 2B is a very good attack. He goes really fucking far. Chaos is so fun. I really enjoyed playing him. He's such a fun character. Easy, easy, easy peasy. That's the way Chaos lives his life. Like, he'll take every single 6C that he hits. He's like, oh, sick. Spike in the corner. Good shield from Clearlamp. It was pretty late. So he kind of waited to see what the option was going to be. It's pretty hard for him. Nice. I was going to say it's pretty hard for him to lose this Vorpal Cycle. Well, turns out I was right. Side switch. Byakuya is very good at side switching. His routes are awesome. They almost always corner his opponent. And if he is in the corner, his side switch options are fantastic. They're super good. These are all checks on the web. You cannot get away with it. He can't keep getting away with this. So the little 2B here and then reverse beat 2A is to check him. If you get hit low here, you'll actually be able to pop up into the web that you see up here. So you can combo off of it. And then there's also the ground web down here that can hit you, which is gone now since he blocked it. The thing about these webs, it looks like extremely strong Oki, and it is. But their one weakness is they don't hit meaty. So what you have to keep in mind about this character is that he has to check you with a button to really make these meaty webs count, which means you can reversal with supers or stuff like that to try to hit him. But one thing is, when he up backs here, this is bad. Because you cannot block in the air like that. So when you get locked on the web, this is unblockable. Like, you can't block this. So, unfortunately, I don't know if he thought that this web was gone or something. I'm not sure what the thought process is. Maybe he thought this web wasn't there, or, you know, just a brief moment where he up-backed. Yeah, you can't really do that here, because then you're stuck in block stun in the air, and while you're stuck in block stun, you can run up and just do standing A, and you're dead. Yeah, you're in block stun after the air web. That's an interesting route. My combo would have done much less damage after. That was a really, really slick bait. He tried to bait like some kind of throw OS here, I think, by just standing in his face and then backdashing at force function. This was solid defense. He hit Ozzy? Oh no, that's really bad. Wow. That was the Abare option? You just want to go for jump 2C? I gotta watch that again. Yeah, you can't air block ground normals. That's why that was unblockable. He runs up, assault right when he force functions out. That is a crazy option. It beat the 2A, it looked like, or whatever low attack he did. Crazy. I cannot believe that. And then the best part is I love the way he starts the next round. He's like, fuck it. Jump 2C worked. I'll just do it again. Yeah, low crushed it. This is bad. Very, very bad spot to be. Run up throw. Look at the damage on this, by the way. It's not like when you get thrown onto the webs, it's like, oh, well, I just got thrown onto the webs. It's not the end of the world. Like, he did 2,800 damage almost, and you're still in the corner for Oki. When you get thrown onto a web, it sucks. It's why, like, the run up throw is so scary, because the throw leads to so much damage. That is bad. He's dead. The combo routes off of this do a lot of damage. Look at the damage on this. Humongous damage. He's dead. Veil off. CS. Yeah, clean him up. That combo was gonna be like 5k or something. Yeah, 4,400 damage. Jesus Christ. That's what happened. You got thrown onto a web with that much meter. The throw scaling is not, yeah, it's not super high. But I see what you mean about saying it's scaling. It would have been like 5k off of not the throw. But the thing is, even off the throw, his combos do so much damage. Like, the throw and then the web does 2,000 alone. And then the regular route after is gonna, like, look at this. Even if he didn't spend bar, like this whole thing, even this regular web Oki, this is a 3,400 damage combo. God damn. Clearlamp's a beast. He's a very strong, fair and balanced character. Absolutely. I was just thinking the same thing.